Well, did the Democrats' so-called secret weapon for the midterm elections just backfire? Just as more and more Democrats are now asking for Michelle Obama to be on the campaign trail with them instead of the president, giving his sagging poll numbers, the First Lady's five-star vacation in Spain threatens to put an end to her time as campaigner-in-chief before it even begins. Bernard Whitman is a Democratic pollster, and Ben Ferguson is host of The Ben Ferguson Show. All right, gentlemen, so the controversy is, Ben, that she went to this five-star resort in Mallorca, Spain, and traveled with scores and scores of security. She paid for her own hotel room,
40 friends.
But she paid for her own hotel room. She paid for her own, incidentals. But the American taxpayer picked up the bill for the security. So what's the big controversy?
Well, look, it's costing us at least $75,000 a day. Her plane flight alone is going to be close to $200,000 for her to go there. My big problem is two things. One, we've had a president that's yelled at people that went to Las Vegas with private companies saying, look, you got to pull back a little bit here in America, and we got to be more responsible. I have a first lady that goes on the Gulf Coast and says, hey, come vacation here as they're getting hurt because of the oil spill. But apparently all of the Gulf Coast is too good for this first lady. She's not a commoner enough that she can go down to poor old Florida or Alabama or Mississippi. She's got to go up to the Hamptons, up to Maine, or go ahead and spend $200,000 of our money to go to Europe, and that doesn't help our economy. That's the problem, is a disconnect here.
How about it, Bernard, there's no question she has the right to do it, but there is a question about whether this was a politically smart move.
Look, the attack on Michelle Obama and her family smacks of absolute desperation on the Republicans' part and shows just how devoid of any real material and ideas the Republicans are as we head into the midterm elections. The fact is, Michelle Obama remains enormously popular. Her favorability is 66%. That's nearly as high as Laura Bush's was during the last midterms in 2006.
Let's throw up the polls as Bernard mentions this, because you've got those polls.
It's way higher than Hillary Clinton's was in 1994 when she was at 52 or 54%.
So you're telling me that if a first lady has a high approval rating, she can literally do whatever she wants to do, and we shouldn't care about it? I mean, even the Queen of England cut her budget this year by $4 million. She cut her travel by over $7 million. And quote unquote, to quote the Queen's staff, is not going to take as many foreign trips because of the way the economy is in Europe. Even the Queen's cutting back, but Michelle Obama doesn't.
But let me ask you this, Bernard.
Before
you respond, Bernard, I'll let you respond in full. But I just want to tee it up by saying this, because you said it was the Republicans and the desperation. Even some liberals have come out and criticized her. Kirsten Powers was on our air just this weekend doing so. This column in The Atlantic by one columnist who called this unbelievably politically stupid, saying, we are in the middle of the worst recession in living memory, and she takes a luxury vacation that most of the countrymen could never possibly afford at considerable taxpayer expense for the security in a foreign country.
Let's talk about what Michelle Obama has really done, which is lead the fight against childhood obesity and nutrition. You
can't talk about the issue.
Excuse me.
Can I finish? You having to talk about what she's done proves my point that you cannot defend this. And the Gulf Coast needed Michelle Obama to come vacation there, and she didn't do it.
She is seen as an honest and straightforward individual. She's not seen as political. She's sexy. She's smart. She's independent. She's successful. And she's always there for her kids. And Megan, that is a very tough load for a woman to carry. That is why she gets so much respect around the country.
But are you off point, Bernard?
I mean,
let me just say, Bernard, she may be sexy and smart and independent, but you can be sexy and smart and independent and do something really politically stupid.
Look, do I wish she had taken the vacation in the Gulf Coast rather than Spain? Sure. But let's focus on what her accomplishments have been. Her work on childhood obesity has helped lead to a unanimous passage in the Senate of a bill to promote childhood nutrition.
He seems to be saying that
all you guys can focus on is the fact that she took a vacation with her daughter to Spain.
Okay. I don't know who you guys is, but according to the reports I've read...
The gentleman on my right.
Okay. But let me ask you this, Ben. His point seems to be, no, she's not going to be a political liability. She should go out on the campaign trail because women like her, and they're going to remember all those good things that Bernard just ticked off, and they're not going to care about this vacation.
I disagree, because I think whether you're conservative, liberal, or independent right now, all of us in America have been hurt by this economy in some way, shape, matter, or form. I also think people look at the leadership of this White House, or maybe I should say the lack thereof, with the Gulf Coast oil spill. She goes down there as a PR person saying, to cover for her husband and his lack of response, saying, come vacation here. I want the First Lady to succeed on that front. I would love for her to go down the Gulf Coast with her daughter and play down there and bring attention to the fact that, hey, you can come down here and there's not oil everywhere, but she doesn't. I think she thinks that Florida's beneath her, and I think that she thinks that she is entitled as some sort of celebrity or hierarchy now in government, that I can do whatever I want to above reproach. And we don't have a queen in America. We have a First Lady. We don't have all of these people that sit on thrones.
Well, what about that, Bernard?
American
Because some have criticized them, saying, look, the Obamas have preached the values of austerity, and now Andrea Tantaros, a conservative columnist who contributes to FoxNews.com, came out and called her a modern-day Marie Antoinette, saying, you know, that they're not really practicing what they preach.
It's absurd. The oldest trick in the book is when you are devoid of actual ideas, attack your opponent's wife. I think it is incredibly irresponsible. I think it's desperate. And I think actually we will see her in Pennsylvania. We will see her in Illinois, in Missouri, in Nevada. Why? Because this is a woman that people respect. And in fact, the American people, judging on the Obama economic plan versus the Republican economic plan that is basically a rehash of
Bernard,
the Bush tax
Bernard,
cuts.
have you been? Where did you go on, Bernard? Where have you been on vacation? And maybe you've been with her. I don't know. But if I'm looking at
I was down the Jersey
right
Shore.
His poll ratings are
the
not
Jersey
exactly
Shore is
good
don't
right
knock
now.
the Jersey Shore.
I was down the Jersey Shore.
It can also be very glamorous. Don't believe what you see on TV. Although I can tell you, I've been to Mallorca, Spain, and it is spanking, and it's a little bit better than Jersey. All right,
and
gentlemen.
we're not criticizing you for doing that, Megan.
Well, I didn't spend $1 of taxpayer money when I did it. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Coming up on Studio B with Shepard Smith.